It absolutely blows my mind how many people still make the mistake of not living in the present. You know, with all the different stresses and obstacles that life may present, it can be super easy to just only think about what's in the future, what's coming next. And this is the trap that so many different people fall into, but it's a huge mistake because then they end up thinking only about what's to come and not actually what's in front of them. And this causes drastic spikes in things like stress and anxiety and just overall degrades your general mental health day to day. But the reality is you can't control the future. So by not living in the present, you're causing yourself so much excess worries and just degrading your mental health for pretty much no reason at all. Now, there are obviously some extreme cases, but in general, like one of the simplest ways I've ever heard it put was, if you can do something about it, then why worry, you know? But if you can't do anything about it, then why should you worry, you know? If you can do something about it, just take the initiative, do whatever you have to do. But if you can't do anything about it, then why do you even need to worry about it if there's nothing you can do? Now, that's obviously a super simplified way to put it, but more often than not, I normally find that, like, whenever I'm concerned about something, there's always at least one thing that I can do to just make the situation a little bit better. And by doing that one thing, it just really helps me just feel more productive, makes me feel more happy about the situation in general. Because I'm pretty much telling all my worries, stresses, and anxiety that pretty much no, I'm not going to listen to you, that I'm going to make the best out of a bad situation. And this sort of all just culminates in me feeling, you know, a bit more happy or a bit more engaged, you know, making me feel like I'm actually living life day to day to day. I'm seeing all the small things that I was missing because I was so stressed out about what's coming the next day, the next week, the next month, whatever. You know, I feel like I'm not only able to better appreciate the people in front of me, but also my surroundings, you know. I can take in all these different sights, all these different sounds, all these different personalities that before I just wouldn't have even thought to even, like, you know, like really just let it sink into my head, but like what's actually going on around me. And now I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to take like a trip to the past, or like, you know, like they're saying, like blast from the past, or like think about your future, like not have any plans for what you're going to do in the next week, next month, whatever. But I'm just saying, don't base your whole life around either the past or the present. Really make sure you're living in the moment and you're taking advantage of what is presented in front of you day to day to day. Because generally, from what I found from my experience, is that if you take advantage of everything in front of you day to day to day consistently, you will come out better prepared for what the future has in store than if you were just solely thinking about the future and just ignoring everything around you. That pretty much wraps it up. Thank you for making it to the end. Stay positive, stay safe.